Okay, everybody, this is a question we get all the time. How long is it going to take? How long is it going to take for me to feel better? Well, it's a deep question. How long have you been feeling sick? That's the first question you have to ask yourself. We want to be realistic with the body. We've got to understand that the body has its own pace. And while we might not feel completely 100% healed and cured within our bodies, we know that we're going in the right direction when we start to get responses that are different than we've had for a long time. So let's say we walk in to a center like ours and you go, wow, I've got headaches all the time and my cycle's off and I have rashes and constipation and I don't know, I don't sleep well. So what typically you start to notice is, wow, I'm sleeping a little bit better. I'm pooping a little bit better. My energy's come up. And then next thing you notice is, wow, my headaches aren't as frequent or they're not as intense, or both, because we didn't get sick overnight and we don't get better overnight. It's all gradual. Doesn't mean you're not going to feel better in the first few visits, typically within the first months of working with True Wellness. Even though you feel better, it doesn't also mean you're done. A lot of clients, a lot of people in general are symptom driven, meaning I'm not going to do anything until I have a symptom. Until then, I'm okay. And I think this last year has really taught us so well that just because you're symptom free doesn't mean you're well. You know, having other influences, stressors, cavitations, amalgam fillings, scars, you know, anemia, digestive problems. These are all indications the body's balance is off, that there's a disbalance, the harmony of the body is off, meaning that our body is not regulating appropriately. If we have signs and symptoms of illness, then our body is not compensating for something and the rain barrel is tipping over and our body has to accommodate by throwing out symptoms. Well, oftentimes in what we've traditionally in this country looked at as allopathic Western medicine, they are looking more for suppression of those symptoms. There are some exceptions to this rule, of course, as always. I know DOs are trained a little bit more in the concept of the whole body healing as our chiropractors and acupuncturists and so forth. But if we look at just modern, you know, mainstream medicine, often it's like, hey, doc, I got a symptom of cholesterol, and doc goes, great, here's your cholesterol pill. And patient leaves and goes, great, I don't have high cholesterol anymore because I took the pill. And what we want to encourage you to do is like, why do you have high cholesterol? What's the reason? Is it improper diet? Is it I'm not converting my hormones over? Because cholesterol is actually not bad. We need cholesterol. It's good. There's functions that it creates in the body to create all hormones in our body. And I don't just mean the sex hormones. I mean, insulin is a hormone. So we got to take into consideration that while the body gradually got worse, we're gradually going to get better. When are you done? Never. That's not the answer you thought I was going to give you, is it? Well, I guess you could say you can be done if you're done feeling well. I mean, I've been doing this. I've been on IAN's client list for 25 years, and I've been a client of biological medicine and bioregulatory medicine and will continue to be, because I like feeling well and getting younger and feeling younger as I age, as I chronologically age. I biologically feel younger. So I didn't used to do cold alternating showers. I didn't used to do alternate nostril breathing. I do those now in the last couple of years. I never did that before. Why do I do that? Because I'm enhancing my health, because I take less supplements now than I have. I've continued to enhance. I don't just maintain, I enhance my health. I do deep ice cold plunges. I do all sorts of things to biohack my life, because I run very hard, I work very hard, I play very hard, and I expect a lot out of my body. So I want to give it the proper information. So I don't feel like I'll ever be done. But I do know that I'm not dependent upon taking any supplements to feel well. I sleep well, poop well, bleed well, have great relations with my husband, feel joy 99% of my day. I would say 100, but I think that's a little boastful. But the reality is that I do feel more flexible in every way, both physically and emotionally, as I continue to go through this process. So for me, I never want to be done. As far as the intensity of me being a client, yeah, I don't come into IAN's office, which is now our office, but when I first started seeing IAN 24 years ago, I saw him 3 days a week, for like 3 months, dealing with certain things, doing different therapies with him. Then when I left, he referred me to all these other practitioners that I needed to go see, chiropractors and acupuncturists across the country that I saw. And then I continued, even though I was symptom free, I continued to work my fascia and my lymph because I still had physical, it was like polishing the box. My posture wasn't just so, my head tilted a lot. These were just like self-acknowledgements that like, if my posture is just so, it's probably affecting other things. So I continue to improve that. I will never gain the full 2.5 inches that I lost back from the car accident, perhaps. And I'll keep working for it because that's my goal. I want to be 5'9" again. So you never know. The body has an amazing recovery and an amazing regenerative practice in the body, because that's the innate intelligence that heals the body. So it's not about perfection, it's about progress. And as long as you're making progress, keep going. When are you going to be done working out? You're going to get the right muscle tone that you have, and then you're like, okay, I'm done working out, I'll just maintain this. No, of course, we know that. We got to continue to work those muscles, continue to challenge those muscles to make sure that they're still working for me. That's why I do a lot of cold and alternative nostril breathing and so forth, because I'm just making my gears work harder in my body, which is the autonomic nervous system. When I first started this, my gears didn't work much at all. Now they work really well, and I want to continue to make them work well. So I make them work harder at times to make sure that when I need them, they're ready. When I get hit with a coronavirus, I get hit with a bigger stress, I get hit with, I don't know, something that happened in my family, I'm able to accommodate and handle that so that I don't feel illness. My body is able to compensate. So you're never going to get it all done. But that being said, know that you're going to make progress, and progress is all we are looking for, to make sure that I do sleep a little bit better. I have a little bit more energy. I poop a little more frequently, and it's easier when I do. I bleed easier, meaning that when I have my cycle, my only symptom is bleeding, and I sweat appropriately when I'm working out. Outside of that, I don't get a lull in the middle of my day. I feel hungry, I eat, and that's how it should be. Being human beings. When are you going to have it all done? When you're done being a human being.